My name is Mark. I live in Bellevue, work in Seattle. If my life had to be described in one color, it would be gray. Gray rainy mornings, gray traffic jams on the bridge across Lake Washington, gray cold coffee on my office desk. I always saw myself as just another office drone, one of thousands who blankly fill out Excel sheets and only dream of Friday. Until recently, I thought I was completely powerless to change anything. Boy, was I wrong. It all started with Bill Henderson, my boss, a typical corporate tyrant in a perfectly ironed Brooks Brothers shirt. That day, he was once again telling me off in front of the whole department for my lack of enthusiasm. When he threw a stack of papers on my desk, I felt something hot and dark spreading in my chest. I looked at his manicured hands, picturing them gripping the steering wheel of his brand new Audi, and I thought, I hope you don't make it home in that thing today. That evening, I saw him on the shoulder of I-5 in the pouring rain. Thick smoke was billowing from under the hood of his car. I told myself it was just a coincidence. Probably. But a week later, he made me work on Thanksgiving. And so, full of resentment, I wished for him to feel someone else's pain. The next morning, his youngest son was rushed to the hospital with severe pneumonia. And that's when the word coincidence got stuck in my throat. I started to analyze. I sat in the dim light of my living room in front of a board where I was matching the dates of my angry outbursts with the misfortunes that happened to people. My thoughts didn't just disappear. They weren't just noise in my head. They were energy, a black, sticky substance that found its target. My hatred materialized faster than an Amazon Prime delivery. I remembered every "hope you fail" I'd thrown at my noisy neighbor in Issaquah. His garage burned down. I remembered the waitress who was rude to me at the coffee shop. She lost her job that same evening. The terrifying moment of truth came during a meeting. Henderson announced bonus cuts. In that moment, I truly hated him. Not just for the bonuses, for my entire gray, meaningless life. I imagined his heart just stopping, like a machine that had a handful of sand thrown into it. I whispered in shock, and it happened. He suddenly stopped talking, started gasping for air, his face turning pale. He frantically fumbled with his tie, trying to loosen it. I saw it. I saw the shadow of my thought wrap around his shoulders like suffocating smog. And in that moment, I got scared. Not for him, for myself. If I can kill with a thought, who am I? I took a sharp breath and forced myself to let go of the anger. I pictured my mother's face, the smell of the pine forest and the Cascade Mountains, anything to extinguish that darkness. Henderson caught his breath and continued his speech, and I understood that my dark thoughts are bullets, and I had just put my weapon on safety. The next morning, I tried to change the rules of the game. Sitting in my car overlooking the leaden waters of Puget Sound, I decided to try and create, focused with all my might on Sarah, my colleague whose department had been downsized. I visualized her success, a golden glow, a sudden job offer. But I soon faced a frightening truth. It's 1,000 times harder to create than to destroy. With irony, my rage was always sharp and precise like a laser, but trying to wish someone well was like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with boxing gloves on. Clumsy, chaotic, and with unpredictable side effects. Bewildered, while I was wishing her financial freedom, her old Ford burst into flames right on the highway. Luckily, she wasn't hurt, but the insurance company paid her 3 times the car's value. I wanted to help her, and I almost killed her instead. I realized that my gift is not a blessing. It's an unstable nuclear reactor inside my chest. Resigned. Now, every day for me is like walking through a minefield. Any fake smile from a cashier, any fleeting moment of irritation in rush hour could cause a localized earthquake in someone's life. My dark thoughts are bullets, and I've put the weapon on safety. But how long will I last? There are so many reasons to hate in this world, and so few reasons to forgive, and I'm scared to death of the moment my self-control finally cracks.